We've all been there, picking up our phones to check a message, then 5 hours later ending up on TikTok, wasting countless hours procrastinating about writing that essay, then it turns out the deadline is now tomorrow. Then turn to YouTube to try and gain some type of motivation, which is exactly why you're watching this video. Well, you've come to the right place. This is how I study for more than 8 hours on a daily basis. Hi, my name is Heena. I'm a third year pharmacy student studying at UCL. Now, one of the hardest things for me is to actually get into this mode of studying. This involves motivating myself to become focused for the long duration of studying which is to come. Now, 8 hours seems a lot, but believe you me, when you're studying, time flies past so fast you would not believe it. Now, to achieve a productive level of studying, the most important thing to have is a positive mindset. Now, a positive mindset is absolute key to studying. It's something known as dispositional optimism. It basically means to expect a positive outcome rather than a negative outcome. So be positive about what you want to achieve during this studying time. And this has actually been backed up by scientific evidence, where a positive attitude reveals positive effects on the brain. So a study was conducted on a group of children, asking them to do basic arithmetic, and what they found out was that the children who enjoyed maths, they scored better than the children who didn't enjoy maths, which is kind of obvious because if you enjoy doing a subject, you're more likely to score better than compared if you didn't like doing another subject. But there was one surprising thing. On all the children, they did an MRI, which is basically a brain scan, and what they found out was that the children who actually enjoyed doing the maths, their area of the brain, called the hippocampus, was much more active. Now, the hippocampus is located in the temporal lobe, and that's primarily responsible for your learning and your memory. So they found out that the hippocampus was more active in these children compared to the children who didn't actually enjoy doing the maths, which is very, very mesmerizing. And it just shows that there is some type of mutualistic relationship between having this positive mindset and achieving better results. So the message here is to enjoy what you're studying. It can be the boringest subject, but try and make it interesting in a way that it suits you. For me, it was a subject on telomerase and how it develops cancer. And it was honestly, I came out this lecture and I did not understand anything. I was so negative. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna get this. But the next day I was like, you know what? Let me just have this positive mindset. Let me just try. And believe you me, that day I actually understood it. It was so mesmerizing to me because I was like, how is this possible? Like before I couldn't do it. I just didn't understand it. And today I actually get it. So it works. There is evidence about it. And this just shows the power of positive thinking. So the next time you're trying to study and you're negative, think about positive thinking and how it can make you get better results. So try and enjoy the subject you're learning about. Try and add some humor to it. Try and add some color or some drawings or something which adapts you into that situation. Now, once I'm in this positive mindset, the next thing I do is the day before I'm actually going to study, I plan everything, what I'm going to do that day out. I kind of create this mini timetable, planning out all the things that I need to get done, the most important things first. So I prioritize. If something like a deadline of an essay is due in the next day, I'm going to do that first compared to if something's due in 2 weeks later. But obviously, do not leave it till the next day because that is not good for anyone. So the night before, I take around 5 minutes to decide exactly what I want to achieve the next day. I have these goals that I want to achieve and I set these time limits. Now, these time limits are not specific time limits. I was going to take me exactly 3 hours. You need to be very flexible with the time that you're allocating for that particular topic. So if it's a difficult topic that you've never studied before, you should leave more time than a topic that you have covered and you find easy. So set an approximate time that it should take you to carry out the particular task. Now, a lot of people, they don't enjoy setting a time limit on their study. But for me, I find it really helps me because it pushes me and stops me from procrastinating and working slow and keeps me at a steady pace that I am. But again, be very flexible with your time. If something does run over, you don't want it to clash with the next thing that you're trying to cover. So be flexible with your time, but have it structured. So you need to find that little bit of balance. Now, in the time that I'm planning on what I want to study, so the night before, I set out particular goals that I want to achieve the next day. Setting a goal is very valuable because it tells you exactly the purpose of your studying. If you don't set a goal and you're just going to go over that one lecture, you don't really understand the purpose of going over that lecture. What do I actually want to gain from that lecture? For example, if I've got a lecture on the different types of heart attacks, it will have all the learning objectives set out for me. Now the learning objectives are absolutely key because those are the things, the essential things that you need to know about that topic. And those are the things that the people are going to be testing you on the exam. So make sure beforehand you go through these learning objectives and you actually understand, what am I trying to learn out from here? What is the purpose of this learning? Now when you're noting down the topics that you're going to go over the next day, it's so important not to be too over ambitious. It's not possible without losing some type of concentration. So you need to think about quality over quantity. Now before you start studying, it's important to get all of your essential equipment. This includes a pen, textbooks, a water bottle, and even some snacks, so you don't have to make your way downstairs in the middle of your study session because you're hungry. The biggest culprit of all is our phones. Put your phone away, put it in another room, put it somewhere else, give it to your brother or your sister, give it to someone else. Do not have your phone during a study session. You will get distracted. You will get distracted by a message, a tweet, anything, someone liking your Instagram post, which reminds me, you guys should follow my Instagram. Anyway, that sneaky little plug there. Anyway, so put your phone away. Don't have it near you. Don't have it in your eyesight. Just get it away from your room. Have your desk clutter free, a clean and nice environment. You don't want to be working in a place where there's so much clutter, where your papers are all mixed up, because that's not healthy, man. I'm telling you, that's not healthy. The next thing I like to do is, after a solid hour's study session, I set myself a 5 to 10 minute break. A break is absolutely essential, because if you don't set yourself a break, your concentration and your focusing is going to go downhill from there. So after an hour, what I like to do is I like to go outside, take a little walk around my garden, get some fresh air into you, get those dopamine levels high. So remember to set yourself a break. A break is absolutely essential. Set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes, and then remember, once the time is up, come back upstairs and get back to studying. I think the most important thing is to actually enjoy what you're studying and understand the reason why you're studying that particular thing. Because once you enjoy studying, it becomes so easy to learn about different things because you actually want to do it rather than you're forced into that route of doing it. So that is how I study 8 hours a day. So remember to try and implement some of these tips into your studying and see if it has any different outcome. And that brings me to the end of this video. If you do like the video, please smash a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys sometime in the future. Peace.